Alright, so you gotta be level 14 to get the fishing pole. Once you get to level 14 you get the fishing pole, this is how you're gonna make fast money and max health. If you're not level 14, so you gotta be level 14 to get the fishing pole. Once you get to level 14 you get... I would hunt birds until you get to max health. Once you get to max, not max health, until you get to level 14. Once you get to level 14 you can come here, fish, the steelhead, rainbow trout, whatever you want to call them. They will pay you $4.25 a piece. You have to have worms if you want to catch a bunch of them. As of right now, the worms are broken. You're having to pay 50 cents a piece for the worms. If you don't want to use the worms, you can use cheese. That works. But it doesn't catch them as consistent as the worms does. What I would do is I would keep all fish from this area. If you run into people that wants to shoot you, just switch to a different server. That's what I would do. For people who don't know, you can use your eagle eye right before you cast, and it'll show you where the fish are at. But I've seen other people who made videos like this. They tell you to buy the lure. Don't buy the lure. It's not worth a gold bar. I think this is a rainbow trout right here. Yep. This is your fish. This is what you want to target. You do not want to shoot these fish. If you shoot them, it's going to decrease the value. They make them like $1.25 a piece, $1.75 I think. You want to keep it. Sometimes you want to make sure it doesn't fall out your satchel. It will fall out. If you want to see where I'm at on the map, I'll show you exactly where I'm at. It's right here, right next to Rose. You can run, it's a very fast trip. Right here to sell to the butcher. And like I said, use your eagle eye. Your eagle eye will show you exactly where the fish are at. You want to target the bigger fish. And you don't have, you see how it says triangle right there? Quick bait. Makes your life a lot easier if you know. And what I do is, if you happen to catch 10 fish before you run out of worms, switch to cheese. Like I said, the cheese does not move. Your numbers do not decrease on cheese. You can fish cheese all day, all night, and won't run out. But this is my top money method in the game. These fish are paying out more than gold. And if you're in a good server, you're not going to deal with people coming up and shooting you. I haven't dealt with it that much, and I've done this probably about 20 hours. But I have a lot of guns for my 20 hours I put in this. Maybe not 20 hours, but that's over 3 days maybe. Probably around 12 maybe. But this, as you can see, when I catch him, you see he goes in the keep, and it's not telling me that I'm not getting no health benefits, because it's not going to help me. But if you do it, you're going to see your health increase. You see my health is fully balled up. It's for max health. There's no ifs and buts about it. That's max health at level 18. So if you do catch the other bass, the rock bass, they pay out $2. No, rock bass pay out $1. The largemouth bass pay out $2. The pickerel, they both pay out $1 a piece. And then bluegill pay out 75 cents. The way I see it, if they bite it, put them in your satchel. Don't throw them back. Just throw them in your satchel. Pay it. They pay for themselves. But as you can see, that's 3 casts, 3 fish, and each one of those fish are $4.25 a piece. If you have 10 fish, you go up there, you're gonna get $42.50. You pay out, you buy all the worms, you're gonna pay $10 in worms. You're still making a $32 increase, and that's with just trout by themselves, not counting the bass or the pickerel or the rock bass. It's very simple. You can spend 20 minutes doing other things and you're not going to make as much money as this. You're just not. Maybe you find gold. That's the only other way, and you're not guaranteed the gold. Here you're guaranteed you're going to make $200 or $300 in maybe an hour. If you just put an hour into it, catching just these fish, maybe more, depending on how fast you are and how consistent you're able to catch the trout. And as you can see, that's 4 casts and 4 trout in a row. You can be very consistent at it if you come here and you're during the daytime hours. And I'll show you one more time where I'm at on the map. Anywhere on this section right here where the island is where I normally catch them. And if you're smart and use your companion app, it is online. So you just gotta switch to the online version of the companion app and you can watch your own 6 at all times. Just zoom out, and that's what I do. Anybody who's coming up, riding up against me, I just put my fishing pole down and get ready to have a gunfight if they want to shoot. It doesn't matter. People want to say this game is pay to win. I haven't put no money on this game. I bought the $60 version, and you see where I'm at. I have the shotgun, I have the Lancaster rifle, I have the Schofield revolver, I have the bow, and I have the shotgun and the fishing pole. Like I said, you don't even really have to go anywhere. If you want to hunt birds, the birds come flying over. You just gotta listen for them. Put your headset on or turn your TV up. You'll hear the birds coming. Put your fishing pole down. The only thing is, you want to make sure the birds are close enough that you're gonna be able to retrieve the bird pelt. If you can't get the bird, it's not gonna help you. If you have to swim out there to get it, you're not gonna be able to pick it up. It's just gonna sink to the bottom before you get there. Or you're going to get there and you're not going to be able to pick it up. And you always want to turn the fishing pole the opposite way of the fish. It'll turn him back. Just stop reeling. Don't reel in while he's doing his little back and forth motion. He starts pulling and vibrating the control real bad. You can see that's 5 fish, 5 casts, and each time I'm hitting them. If you want to look at exactly where I'm at on the rocks, there's the rocks to the left and right. If you don't get a fish, what I do is I just reel it in a little bit or hit R2 or R2 or RT, whatever you got, Xbox. It ain't gonna be no difference. The fish should be here. And pull back on your control, the left stick, and it'll make the fish come in faster. you'll be here a lot fast. You won't be here all day. I'm about to show you how quick you can fill up 10. That's my 6 fish. And you just have to watch out. Sometimes the fish will fall out the bottom of your satchel. If that is happening, just watch for it. Pick it up. You have to put your fishing pole down. But once you pick it up, it should give you double the credit. So you should have, the fish should count when it goes in your satchel, and then when you pick up the fish again off the ground, it will count again for a new fish. So then you will have 7 if one was to fall out of my satchel. But that didn't happen for me. It happened the last server that I was on. And at nighttime, well, I can't do it now. Oh, yeah, I can. At nighttime, you can really see the fish a little bit better. As you can see, I horse these fish in. I don't take my time with them. They're not that big, so you should be able to pull them in pretty fast. I think Rockstar should definitely turn the fish to per pound. You should get a per pound weight, not a per fish weight. So that fish should weigh, you know, a couple pounds. Like you see, 4 pounds. That fish should be paying out $2 or $3 a pound. Because the animals, they sure enough they don't really tell you how much they weigh. The fish actually do tell you weight, so it would be easy to go off of a weight number. And as you can see, there's rainbow trout right there in front of me. If you just cast to them right in front of them, you're not going to spook them off. They will eat. But that's 7 fish in a row. It's very simple with the worms. That's why I spend the money on the worms. Once I hit my 10 fish total, if you don't want to head back, just switch to cheese and keep fishing with your cheese. Don't waste your worm on catching these other fish. Just use the worms on straight rainbow trout, because they're costing you 50 cents a piece. So you're getting like $3.75 each fish because he's eating a 50-cent worm. Which is still paying you out more than most jewelry or pelts. Maybe the pig pelt, that's the only one, but you're only getting 1 or 2 pigs, and then you're having to travel and run that thing back. I'm setting in one location. This is not much work. It's very fast and easy. Oh, I got my first bluegill, and you seen how that was 8 fish in a row before I 7 or 8 fish in a row before I hit the first fish, and that fish is worth 75 cents. But he ate a 50-cent worm, which decreases his value to 25 cents. So again, you're seeing I got 11 worms left. And what I do to maximize my value, you see those fish right there, them are trout. Just like you throw it right there in front of them. If you throw it over them, reel it over there to him, right by him. You see that? I pulled it right to him. He should circle back on it, and when he comes up, he's gonna bite it. Just be ready. But that one didn't get it, but the ones behind him will. Maybe. Well, none of them swim right up to it, so it was a little difficult. But as you can see, they're right there. So what I want to do is I want to cast it straight in front of them. Straight to them. And just leave it there. So I can pretty much, my catch ratio is pretty much going to be a trout. And that's if you get into a problem where at nighttime you don't seem to catch as many trout. So what I do is I use my dead eye a lot at night. So I can target them if I'm fishing at night. But as you can see, they're swimming right here beside me. And there's our 8th or 9th trout. So we need one more, I think. I think that is our 9th trout, so we need one more. We're going to try this again. See if I can cast it to him. My eagle eye's messed up. I have to fix that. It won't let me get to my food right now because I'm fishing. But as you can see, there's no number above the corn or the cheese, but I would use the cheese more than anything. The cheese seems like it catches the bigger fish, and it does catch the steelhead, just not as consistent. What I do with the cheese is I just slowly reel it, just like you would do the lure, and it seems to catch more of the fish, the target species, which is the bass and the steelhead. Because the bass, you have like $10 or so from just the bass. Depending on which ones you have. See, and that should be our 10th fish. Just check our satchel. See, as you can see, that's our 10 fish. I'm going to switch bait. I hit the wrong button. I'm going to switch to cheese so I can show you each one of the fish payouts. I want to put cheese on so I can catch the largemouth. It tells you right at the top of the screen, bluegill and rock bass. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for the bass, which I'm not finding in this spot, so we're going to walk over here. This is the two little spots that I fished though. Right here in between each little divot. It seems to be, as you can see on top of the water, fully loaded with fish. And I'm just going to blind cast out there. And I'm going to slowly reel. Fish on. And this is rock bass. That's $1 a piece. Catch 10 of them. That's 10. The largemouth, they get you 20. The pickerel, no matter if it's a redfin or the other pickerel, it doesn't matter. They're both $1 a piece. My dead eye's shot. I didn't fix it. It doesn't matter. I don't need it. As you can see, the smaller fish, you can just ski across the top of the water. Let's see if I can't find one of these largemouth bass. Most of the time you can just walk around. I'm going to put my pole up so I can grab one. I'm fixing my dead eye so I can see. That's good enough. It ain't gotta be perfect. Oh, and what do you know? I don't even need it. I think that might be it right there. Yep, that's to be it to me. And as you can see, that's just cheese on the bait, not worms. And I'm going to do the same thing that I told you earlier, but it makes it a lot easier when you're casting and you're retrieving it. You're just going to retrieve it right over top of the fish. Okay, they disappeared, but I still ran it over top of them. They just didn't bite it. I kind of look for the bigger fish. Not that they give you any more payout, but I know it's a bass and not a rock bass. Or you can just wait until they get really close. I think that's bass right there in front of me. Well, that cast completely sucked. But like I was saying, you can shoot ducks. I don't see as much cranes over here, but there is some bird action. But mainly, I just use this spot just as a fishing spot, just for money and to get myself max health. That's where the double benefit is coming in. Max health, that's a big bonus. And there's a largemouth bass. And as you can see, his friends are right there beside of us. And when you see him that close, you don't gotta cast it way out there. There's no point. Throw it out. That's to do it too far. Sometimes if you're sneaky enough, you can walk beside of them and pull it over. Oh, never mind. See, bluegill stole the cheese, but it's not that big of a deal. Now it's paying out max price on the bluegill because I'm using cheese, not worms. It's all about being effective. Nobody wants to spend hours on the game making the money to begin with, but at least we know tips like this. And other people who like the pig skin. They're one tips. It's all about the community talking to each other, giving us. That'll work. Then y'all all see what each fish. As you see, that fish was 8 ounces. And I'm gonna show you how simple it is to ride to the thing. The butcher's right here. It's not that far. And you heard turkeys right there. I don't know if y'all can hear them, but I definitely heard them. And again, I'll show you exactly where I'm at on the map. I see a couple people's watching now. He's right here by roads. Where I was fishing is right here. Butcher's right there. And most of the time, this town is not that crazy. Not like Valentine, where everybody's at. It's not like St. Denis, where everybody's at. Most of the people out here are either at that spot fishing or inside the town. They're not over there in that area. If they come over there, they're going to do two things. Either they're going to fish beside you and not mess with you, or they're going to try to shoot you. So just be aware. If y'all ever see me on, you see my gamer tag. If you ever see me on, you know I ain't gonna mess with you. But yes, you come start with me. You can come up, say hi, whatever. I ain't gonna mess with you. Most of my people, they might shoot you if you're just walking around not saying anything. But if you present yourself and you let them know you ain't causing no trouble, you're good. I don't even know where I'm at. I got lost. See, I ran way past it, boys. So sometimes I just set a waypoint for myself. If you have the companion app, I definitely suggest that. I don't have the app running right now. I have the YouTube stream so I can see the chat. If you don't know, the doctor, that's a great way to sell your herbs, anything you pick up. But I wouldn't suggest selling everything. I would keep a lot of my stuff for my horse. That way you're not having to buy that stuff. Even if somebody's up there, you can still walk out there right beside them. You want to sell, and as you can see, sell all for $42.50.
Okay.
The bluegill, like I said, 75 cents a piece.
Lucky this is popular. How common it is.
The bass, $2.
Done.
Rock bass, $1 a piece.
Deal.
And the pickerel, $1 a piece.
Dime a dozen these days.
Alright guys, that is your
Pleasure doing business.
Fast Money tip. Appreciate y'all watching.